So I am Jared Huckabee. I worked for NBW Architects down in Idaho Falls. I'm currently living in Rexburg, so I commute there every day. So that was fun. Um, so when it's actually an architecture firm, so I was actually working on Revit almost every single day. Several times I'd go to AutoCAD, and I would work in Lumion quite a bit. Um, So I worked on a variety of different projects. The first project I started working on, well, we had to stop to work on something else, and I recently came back to it, was a Kenworth semi truck repair shop down in Ashland, Virginia, which is kind of funny because it's just an hour north of Richmond, Virginia, where I did my first internship for the first part of it before they moved me over to Orem. So that was so I had experience with the area. I just kind of could bring my knowledge, just working construction the site in Virginia to this project. The project was designed, but what they did is they literally copy paste buildings over from the old project into stretch and squashed them and manipulate them, and so the drawings were a complete mess. So go through and clean it up, and I'm just this yesterday I worked on the door and window schedule for it, basically the entire day with all the doors and windows and specialized doors that they'll need for to accommodate the semi trucks. So um, there's two buildings and there's actually a site plan with it, and we had to set up a separate site package for the bid of it. The project's almost done. It should be going out in about 2 weeks. So that's pretty neat. I'm actually planning to continue working with the company if they'll have me after this. So I'll be working um, next week, continuing working on that project. Another project that we're just trying to figure out the details with is the state police department in Idaho Falls. Um, I went through and just kind of once again did detail work for it, clean it up. The person I'm working with, he's currently going through trying to do renderings, and I've been helping him out with those renderings, trying to make um, the lights shine correctly because they want backlighting on their logo. I also made a logo family for the Idaho State Police to put on the side, on the wall of their buildings. It was kind of neat to try to figure out how to replicate that into Revit. Excuse me. So that was uh, that was neat to try. I think I did a good job, and I just kind of hope that all my work for this didn't go for naught. If for somehow we actually get Idaho gets a part of Oregon, because politics behind the scenes, and I think they'll have to change their logo because right now the state police actually has the shape of the state as part of their logo. But I worked on that for several weeks. The last one that I've worked on is a meat packaging plant also in Idaho Falls. There's the there's see they keep adding to this project, and so the project keeps getting bigger, and it's kind of becoming kind of like, okay, what do you want now? Every time we talk to them, and he's like, we wanted this new structure. So the first one that I worked on for them is what's being the steam room, and there's two steam boilers in this building, and basically have to work this building around these steam boilers. So that was a interesting thing I had to study. I actually have a fascination with steam engines, particularly steam locomotives, and building model steam engines is kind of a hobby of mine. So I could try to apply it that way. So that's pretty fun there. The second part of the building is a what the company referred to as dog houses. Now, when I first they first started talking about dog houses, I basically was like, okay, are you talking about like dog security, or are you talking about like hot dogs, like the hot dog storage or something like that? Which is not what it is whatsoever. It's just these building attached. So they have the main facility building that's already pre-existing. They want to add some extra structures to help protect their workers from weather and the snow and things like that. Um, and they just kind of have like these cranes carrying the hides out, and so they have to have like, all these high up poles and try to figure out how's the best way to protect this inside space when you need to get these giant cow hides out through like have a gap for them. So that was very interesting, and I've learned more about the meat packaging process than I think anybody would care to know. Then the third building that's part of this structure or this project that is added on is a mechanical shop because apparently they want to have their own delivery trucks. But the thing, so but it's kind of in this weird place, and I'm trying to understand what they want to do with it. I'm just kind of following the owner's what he wants. But the weird part is the owner of this facility, is actually in my ward. So every Sunday I have to go, and basically he comes up to talk to me and tells me a new idea that he has that I gotta take back to work the next day. So this guy's making me work on Sunday a little bit. Uh, but the but yeah, it's just kind of like a facility to repair his trucks was very similar to the Kenworth stuff, but it's kind of like okay, it's you have all these docks, but these docks are in a separate building, so you got to move all your packaged meat from one building to the other. And if you're not using it for packaged meat, you got to move your cattle literally across the entire site. So you have cowboys moving from this building to this thread. So I don't exactly understand what this building's for. It's basically just empty warehouse space, and it's just like you have a main facility, and it's not easy to get to from this building. So I don't quite understand it. I'm still trying to work it out with him and trying to get my head around it. But overall, I enjoy this internship a lot more than my first one. The first one was a great experience. I got to paint ceilings of temples, but that's not what I want to be doing with my life. I'd rather be working on Revit in the design process, and I'm a lot happier here. So glad I was given this opportunity from MBW, and I'd like to a moment to thank them and thank you for watching. Goodbye.